This is Roger Hardy with Hardy Healthy Gut. My wife and I have been working on this thing, Hardy Healthy Gut, to help a lot of other people and all that. And we found that some stuff that about coming up with some tips. And this is tip number one. What's that mean? That means, man, I'm just about to explode. What do I do? Okay. First off, don't explode. Okay. Be mature, step back. All right. And just in a lot of cases, it's count to 10. You've heard all these remedies before. Okay. And, but it's a matter of finding out what actually is setting you off. Okay. And sit down, have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or whatever, just something healthy for you, really. Just something to just relax a little bit and make a note. Write down what's setting you off. You don't need to share that with anybody. You can just write it down and say, what is it? Is it, my wife and I, we've been married for 43 years. We've worked together. Okay. But did we always agree? No. Did we always get along? No. Okay. But here's the thing that we found. Okay. There's a book out there that's called The Five Love Languages. When I read that book, all of a sudden I found out my wife wasn't doing things just to irritate me, and I wasn't doing things just to irritate her. So some of this thing, finding out, writing down what's setting you off. Sometimes you got to investigate a little bit, and sometimes you got to do a little extra work to realize, that there's different personalities. Okay, your kids don't do things to irritate you, but it's irritating, isn't it? What's their personality? Okay, just some of the things in there, but writing down what's bothering. Okay, is it your boss? Is it the frustration of the money? Okay, the money runs out before the end of the month. Very frustrating. Okay, and all of a sudden, just about the time that you're just about to get ahead, something happens to the car or the house or something goes on. All of a sudden, out it goes. Okay, that's kind of frustrating. But write down those things that are bothering you and frustrating, and take a look at it. Some of them you have zero control over. Okay, and yeah, it can be frustrating. But if you have zero control over it, then you've got to work around that. You've got to realize, don't get frustrated. Don't feel like a failure that you can't succeed at. You don't have control over it. Okay, but what you do have control over is how your attitude is towards those things. So the tip number one is kind of figure out what's setting you off. What is that frustrating moment? Okay. What's the triggers? And now let's take a look at those triggers. Okay. And once you have that down, and you've got it down there in front of you, and you've really sat down and thought about what are the things that are really ticking me off, that are setting me up? What are the things that keep me up at night? What are the things that just are just so stressful? What's giving me headaches? What's irritating my stomach all the time? All right. And once you have that down in front of you, now you can tackle it. Now you can take it a step at a time. And you know what you're going to find? It's going to probably be a common thread. But the tip that I have for you is just simply write down what's frustrating to you. Okay. You don't have to share it with anybody. It's yours. Okay. But write it down so you've got it in front of you to say, okay, this is what's irritating me. Now take a look at that list and say, what can I change? What can I change? Okay. Some of it is maybe I can get a better understanding, but write it all down. That would be my tip to you. And again, if you've got other information that could be helpful and suggestive and all that kind of stuff, that'd be great.